What's going on, guys? So, as I'm sitting here, I was kind of thinking I'm going to take a look at AMC here because, I kind of feel bad for a lot of people that got in here for the movement and, they probably got up somewhere up in this pump area here and who knows, maybe even bought the top here. And, they're sitting in here holding their bags and waiting for this thing to bounce like everyone's saying it's going to, shoot way up and this and that. And the squeeze isn't over and things going up like GameStop did. And so, this video is kind of out for you guys. I do feel for you guys. I personally didn't get in. I did try to get something right here, made a little small swing on it, but, I would have held like everyone else or whatever, but call me a paper hands if you want. But, I run charts and TA and shit like that. I'm not going to sit here and hold something because Wall Street bet people are all telling you to hold. But in my opinion, I think it was just a big-ass money grab, and a couple buddies around here loaded up at the $2 range, and, they said, oh, we have a lot of fucking followers. Let's hype this thing up and tell everyone it's a short squeeze, which, would definitely hurt some people as everyone wanted. But in reality, and this is all my opinion, so don't hate me if you don't believe it. But I believe that they just made fucking millions of dollars off of everyone pumping this shit. The same thing they did with XRP and all that. And a lot of people did get money, get a lot of money, but a lot of people got completely annihilated. And, I just want to give a perspective on this. I'm going to try to run some TA on it the best I can. Now, it's not the easiest thing to run TA on, but at the same time, what is TA in the first place? Well, technical analysis is basically, it's basically a computer / mathematical equations based off of people buying and selling. So, it's going to show different moving averages rolling certain directions and MACD and everything rolling based off of how people are reacting to the price. So, it's not going to magically go up. I mean, it can definitely magically go up, but things are going to show you it going up before it actually does. And I actually saw this thing around $2, and I was like, wow, they're getting some buying in here. And I knew nothing about the short squeeze or anything. And, I contemplated going long around this area, but I was like, it's AMC, freaking, they're going out of business and shit like that. Maybe it's a fake out. I don't know. But, it's funny because I almost got in it around there. But, I do want to show you guys some stuff here, and we're going to see if we can figure anything out based off of this daily and everything like that. And this should help some people who are stuck in a position or something of the sort. So we're going to start on this daily time frame. And I'm going to do something here. So as you see here, we were in some type of descending triangle here. So the flat bottom usually signals descending triangle along with lower highs. Okay. So it came up here, double topped in the past, came down here. It's been catching a lot of support down in this, whatever, $1.86 level. So it did end up getting bullish divergence on this W actually. And I did see this when I was looking at it. So you have bullish divergence on your RSI. Let me just get down here so I can show you guys. Sorry, my fat fingers sometimes don't work here. So your bullish divergence, which was right here, it shows the price action. Right here was higher on the higher on the right, lower on the left, right? Right here, sorry. Okay, and then down here, you were pretty much flat on the bottom. So that's just in case no one was aware. Actually, you were a little lower on the right. So that right there at an angle, right? So in case no one knows what bullish divergence or bearish divergence is, that is what you got. Okay. So anyway, sorry. So you can see that you got this massive volume, obviously. You got a lot of this buying coming in higher than ever. You had your breakout. of this originally bearish pattern. So let's see if anything actually lined up as far as the breakout targets and all that. So I'm just curious. And I do all this on the fly, so it's not like, I mean, I've looked at this a little bit, but I do want to see. So based off of this pattern, you would have had a breakout to 1057. And this is where FOMO and, you know, all that definitely kicks in. But not only that, you, well, this was the old high, so yeah, I guess you can't call it that. But, I mean, that's where FOMO kicks in. So it can push a price up a lot higher than expected, okay? So now you are in somewhat of, you know, I don't know if I want to call it a bull pennant, because I don't know if I feel like, it's hard to say if that's like a bull pennant or a falling wedge of some sort on this daily time frame. So, you know, you have your support on the daily right here at 603, and with this, you've been creating lower lows and lower highs. So usually this is more of a bearish pattern in a sense, unless it's a falling wedge, then you're okay. But your bottom support here, if it does continue down here, would be 559 or 528 unless it catches support here. Now, if you use this Ichimoku cloud here, it doesn't have, you know, any resistance up here. You know, all your resistance was in this range. So it did break above all of the resistance. So, you know, really the only resistance that you have is the selling pressure. But let's see if there's any type of possibilities for a turnaround. So as you see here on the MACD, we are coming down here, which the MACD will signal a sell signal. So when this crosses, you're actually going to get more selling pressure as you come down, which makes sense because you have your support down here. So I would expect, and there's no signs on these candlesticks, you have this 3 black crows here, actually insinuates further downside here. So this is a bearish signal as well. You know, your main support here is actually 787. And that is, what was I basing that off of? I can't remember here. There had to have been a reason for it. Oh, okay. So why is this 787? Oh, okay. So that's based off of this here. So as you see, all these wicks that came up here is hitting some sort of resistance, right? So I'm going to go off of this one because it was the highest wick here. So this right here, which was 773, actually, 773. So I put my resistance blocks right here, and I brought it all the way down here to your support. Now, I guess you could say that this here is also this wick here. You have this wick here, a couple wicks here that you could base off of as well. That was at one point some resistance, but I don't know if it was very strong resistance. I would say this was probably very strong resistance, 554. So, okay, let's keep that in mind here. So 554, and this is on the weekly, so let's get out of that. Oh, yeah, and you get some cloud, and now you have some cloud resistance, anything below 707. Or, yeah, 707 is this cloud right here, Ichimoku cloud on the weekly. So right now, if we stay above it, which, you know, post-market doesn't look like we are, but you want to stay above this $7 range. Once you fall below it, now your next support, and this is on this weekly right here, your next support below is all the way down here at 499. So I know it's hard to hear. But I'm trying to find something bullish in here. Okay, so I guess what you want to expect is that this price is probably going to sell off to close to 566, what we talked about before, to as low as this 547, And what's your other target? And best case scenario is it will bounce off this daily at $6 even. Now, even numbers are strong support. So even numbers are very strong support. So people could be buying that. Now, I don't want to suggest anyone to average down. And if you were going to average down, I would not average down until you were to reach the very bottom. I mean, if you wanted to expect that this was a bullish pattern, then you would wait for this 540, 566 area to potentially make a buy on it. But let me look at the RSI. So as of right now, on this 4-hour RSI here, if in fact, let me see though. All right, so on this RSI on the 4-hour right now, if in fact this is going to somehow catch a bounce on the 4-hour, we'll look. Oh, this is the 1 hour. Shit. Let me check the 4-hour. Okay, so we're lower on the right, higher on the left on that. Lower on the right, that's the same. I'm looking for some bullish divergence for you guys here. Something that's going to give us signs. Lower on the right, higher on the left. Right, we're higher up on the left. Lower on the right. How's this RSI? Higher on the left, lower on the... Damn it. Sorry, I'm rooting for you AMC guys, but, I can't find anything bullish yet. You got your MACD on the hourly there. It looks like it wants to create a W, but I don't believe it because... you want the opposite. When it's an actual bullish W, you usually want the opposite. You'd want the lower on the left, higher on the right. That's a bullish W. Even isn't too bad, but lower on the right is bearish. So that's not a good sign either. So if you want to talk about some potential upsides here, as of right now, we're not seeing much upside. I'm seeing only downs right now. Obviously, if you were to get some kind of bounce, 774 is going to be very strong resistance. And then as high as 803. And then the highest potential, and I don't see this happening yet, 1027. The breakout of this pattern, let's say that this thing comes down here and, maybe some big money guy wants to make some money and he decides to buy the fuck out of it or something and creates something here, which as of right now, I don't see any potential for bullish divergence, but maybe if this RSI gets down low enough here, someone would buy it up, right? That's what you would hope for. So if something like that can happen and you can actually get a breakout of this zone here, which as of right now, that price, and it wouldn't be something that you look for tomorrow because this would be somewhere, this apex breakout would be somewhere on the 9th of February potentially, okay? Which one is that? Oh, is that tomorrow? Oh, wait. Let me look on the 4-hour here. What's the fucking date? The 8th of February would be your breakout of this, whether it breaks up or down. That's what you would be waiting for. You could break out at the end, but usually that's... you got until the 10th to figure this out, to figure out which way it's going to go. So hopefully it'll be to the upside for you guys. But for right now, we don't have anything too bullish. And I would expect it to come down to 526 or 566. And as high as the highest low would be $6 even. Let's see. The only thing that's really good about this whole thing is your weekly support that you have right here at this, which we're almost there pre-market, post-market, is this 702 to 707 level. Oh shit, it's at 694. Fuck me. Well, hopefully it can get back above for open anyway. You got your MACD here on the weekly. Let me check the weekly RSI here. I mean, it has to have rolled by now. You're way, way overbought, but like you haven't like just completely shit on yourself, which is a good thing because this shows the strength of the market on this weekly time frame. You know what I mean? So if this thing, obviously it takes a little bit of time for it to roll over, but you're going to see the signs of your bulls, which you want the bulls in charge, obviously. So, I mean, if you look here, you can kind of base it off of this trend line we drew here and expect that this daily RSI would come to this point here. So that could be at 566 and as low as, I mean, I don't think it's $6 to be honest, because we're already at like 7. So I don't think this is a dollar move here. But I guess you'll have to watch this RSI and see, but maybe, just maybe you could get a bounce here. Maybe. And if you do get a bounce there, then best case scenario is, I mean, this is just pure speculation here, so it's really tough to say, but maybe you could get like some type of rounding structure here or like something like this, and then you could get like an inverse head and shoulders or something, but I don't want to make you guys all hyped up on this because I do feel bad that, I'm sure, and I know of many people already off the top of my head that are locked in this thing. So, I don't know, I think this is the best thing I can do for you. But, the breakout of this thing, you can go, I'm going to give you a target that would be basically we'll go off of this. You could potentially get to 20. Now, the problem is that you have this first resistance here at 1730. You have this resistance here, obviously, at 20. Then you have this resistance off of this wick at 1590. And there's going to be a lot of people that are exiting. You have a daily MACD cross coming in tomorrow on the negative side as well. So, we definitely have further downside. I can go down to the 15 minutes for the hell of it, okay? See if just for the heck of it, if you're going to get some type of bounce potentially on the lower time frames there. Yeah, you don't have bullish divergence yet. I mean, you're almost there on the hourly, so maybe you can come down to the $6 level, get a little bounce. It's not going to just blast up or nothing. There's no signs showing any bounces like that. So, I mean, my recommendation, I don't know how much you guys are down or what price you guys were locked in at, but, if you're down a lot, I mean, I know it sucks to take some losses. And I know you don't want to be called paper hands, but you don't need to tell nobody. Just fucking do it. But, your best case scenario would be sell half of your position for a loss and use the half that you have now, use that money to put into something to make some other plays and make your money back. Because, you could sit in this thing, and if it just crapshoots down to this support down here at $3, I wouldn't say that you're out of money forever, but I would say that if this does come back down here, it's going to go sideways for a very long time until AMC can open back up due to I think that if they stay around and they can actually open up and all that shit based off of, when COVID's all done and shit like that, then you would be able to escape later on when prices do come back. So, I mean, it's really up to you, and this isn't financial advice, but if I was in the situation that I was down a pretty good amount of money on this stuff, I would probably cut my losses and at least half of it, and then leave the other half. And if it goes back up, great. And if it doesn't, then oh well. But other than that, then just make some plays. And there's a lot of plays out there that are doing great. We don't need to sit in this and do this. Like I said, you have until potentially as late as February 10th for anything to happen in this. So, that's basically what we have to wait and see. You might get a move out of here. By that point, it might have moved around at that point, and maybe things will turn around and you'll get one more break. But just set your maybe, I don't know. I don't. If it was me, I would just either cut my losses or I would wait and pray that this pattern holds out. But I mean, you're looking at some pretty crazy potential downsides as well. So I don't know. I think this is long enough. I don't mean to drag it on. I feel for you guys. If you are looking to sell or you're praying for some type of breakout, that's your last option on February 9th. And it could be as low as $5, $5.15, $5.60, something like that at that point. And then at that point, you would want to look for a breakout of this $8 range. So that'll be on February 9th, based off of February 9th. If it was going to break out anytime soon and, say something happens tomorrow and it breaks out, you would have a breakout above $10 would be your breakout point. So anyway, guys, all right, hope that helps. Peace.